Hello, welcome back to Tarot by Andy. Thank you for being here. This is my vibrational reading. Please do your own research for entertainment purposes and allegedly. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and thank you for being here, and thank you for the super thanks. So I'm just checking in with toxicity today. Yeah, I was asked a good question on my post where I described the NARC post in terms of tarot and how it unfolds. If I get cards like Meghan elsewhere, yeah, I do. On my other channel, Tarot Time with Andy, I've gotten it on a lot of people who are in trouble with the law. That's where I get that similar energy from, such as like Brian Koberger, Amber Heard, the recent nurse baby killer in the UK, Brian, what was his name? The Brian guy who killed off his girlfriend from van life. All the people who get in trouble with the law, I get very similar energy from them. And that's the way sociopaths are, narcissists. They often do have to avoid incarceration. It's a problem for them. I hear it all the time from that one sociopath female that I occasionally watch her little shorts. And she'll always constantly saying, well, I'm still not locked up yet or whatever. She's always kind of throwing in that jab at herself. That she knows that prison could very well be in her future. Yes. So that's where I get the similar energy. But we got another matter on our hands. Thomas Markle is pushing back. He's pushing back on this whole Montishitshow tours. His father's buddy that he had Thomas and Friends channel with, that journalist, is responsible. He is behind it. He's quite the snake in the grass. And so we kind of know that the father was set up and, he was part of it. He was never Thomas's friend. He was an antisocial friend who was just using and toying with him. And so I want to find out, how does Meghan feel that pushback on her attempts to make money and look famous and be an A-lister? This was all her fantasy thing of having people go by her home. This is like going back into deeply rooted emotional childhood wounds, that this is what she needed in order to be happy. And I'm sure it's from being on the set of Married with Children, people talking about stuff like that. I will admit, the mom, Katie, I can't remember what her real name, Katie something. Yeah, I did see her house. I was with a friend, and a photographer who knew the area very well, and he took me by her house. Yeah. Saw her doing yoga in her living room. It was a very small Spanish-style house, and then she jumped in her Porsche, and then we kind of followed her for a while, and then she ditched us. I thought, yeah, let's not follow her anymore because we scared her. But it was kind of weird how she jumped in her Porsche and then sped around. It was just really weird. Anyways, we just stopped and glanced for a minute, but I don't know. It was just the whole encounter was strange that she actually left the house and jumped in her car. So weird. But anyways, I digress. And that's an old memory I'll never forget. Yeah, that's what happens when you live in LA for 50 years. You know where people live, especially if you're a photographer. So, and you shoot these people, and you're a headshot master. He was a headshot master for a lot of celebrities and stuff, and he was a personal friend of mine. So anyways, that's a long, old story. Fun story, I guess. My younger years, I made some poor decisions. Yes, don't we all? So let's find out. How does Meghan feel about being in alignment with this situation? Because that's really what she's doing. How does she feel that she's being called out? And let's get some current energy on her spirits. How is she feeling? How is she feeling about the pushback? How is Meghan feeling about the pushback? And they don't like pushback. The thing is, we have to be 5 steps ahead of them because they're very calculated and very predictable. So that's what they have to do. Okay, we have here, and this is my deck that I haven't pulled out in a while. My other one's looking pretty grungy here, but here we go. Tarot Owls is this one. Yes, and it's a nice box. And it is the King of Cups in reverse. She doesn't understand. King of Cups in reverse, simply, she knows it's manipulation. She knows she's manipulating the situation. She's trying to get an emotional high out of it. But she simply doesn't get it because she doesn't have emotional IQ. The King of Cups in reverse lacks an emotional IQ. They don't understand emotions, so she's simply not getting it. And the reason why she's not getting it is because she's blocked. She's a narcissist, and she truly doesn't have empathy. It's also a lack of empathy with the King of Cups in reverse. She's insensitive. She's immature. She's going to act emotionally unavailable right now, and she's not going to respond to any inquiries or questioning right now. She's basically going to have an outburst. She's turbulent with mental outbursts. So she's not happy, but she's not going to respond. She's not feeling too emotionally fearless. She's not generous. She's not in control. She's not balanced. She's not kind. She's not calm. She just doesn't understand the human condition and the human emotion, so she doesn't get why people are having a problem with it. She cannot reframe herself from her own emotions, so she's fallen apart quietly, but she's not going to talk about it. She's not at peace. She's definitely not at peace and doesn't get it. That's how they are. They don't get it. They don't understand why people are upset with them. Why would you, because it serves them. They don't see what the problem is. It's at their root core. And no, someone asked me about their son-in-law, how she could keep him from not behaving poorly. The hard truth is you can't. The only thing you can do is have high boundaries and to be 5 steps ahead of them and call them out. Be kind of fearless. I told her she needed to be the Emperor card, where you restore order and you're standing there with that powerful authority type of body language, stance. Make your energy very Emperor card. That you're respectable, that you are in charge, and you are the initiator, and you're going to stand in your power. That's how you almost have to intimidate them by not necessarily saying it, but by your whole energy in your body, that you don't put up with it, and that you have lines in the sand, and you're not going to cross it with me, and you just give them that knowing look. I know what you are. I know what you are. Don't cross me. And you don't have to use words. You can do it with your body language. You can do it with just your general vibe. The air in the air will feel different to a narcissist because they're very sensitive and they don't understand human condition and emotions, but they're very good at reading reactions because they live off reactions. Reactions is what fuels them. So they're very much in tune with your energy. So that's the way you work around that. Just had to digress on that. Under the surface, Meghan is feeling the Tower. So she knows she's not likely to rebuild. She knows she cannot rebuild herself. So she's in panic mode, as I've said before. Tower in reverse. That's scorched earth. She's kind of going scorched earth now because she has nothing else. And she's going to have to face what she's trying to avoid. Unlikely to ever rebuild with her family. She's in denial. She's going to deny. Everything feels like an oppression. They're trying to oppress me. I don't get why. I'm just trying to rebuild myself, and I'm under extreme pressure here, the total oppression. No one wants me to rise up from the ashes. I don't get it. So she doesn't understand the human condition, and she cannot rise up, and she doesn't get that she scorched herself. Really, what she's been doing is gaslighting herself. That's what they do. They believe in their own fantasies and illusions and psychotic mind that it's such a great idea, and then when people push back, they don't get it. So she doesn't get it. They're just trying to hold me down. It's back to woes me. This is like a shock. I can't clear the energy. I'm trying to clear the energy. And she thinks that by creating this shocking event of a tour, she can rebuild herself. No, you can't. Extreme oppression. Challenging situation is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So full stop. It's going to come to full stop because Montishitshow not going to allow it. So she won't be able to carry on and keep doing it without stopping. It's going to be stopped. She doesn't like that. That's that hard worker. They cultivate and develop. They keep going. They don't give up. They think they're good news, moving forward, get an investment, pay increases. It's a job, and they're going to keep going. And she's thinking she's good with others. She's helping other people. They get to see me. She thinks she's acting honest, but really she knows she's not. No, she's really not. She's going to give up. It is a give up position. It is moody withdrawal. It's the loner in tarot. Wishes to be alone. So she's going to hole herself up because she doesn't understand, and she's just going to eventually she's going to want full stop because it's not it's not going to serve her. And she knows it's going to be full stop. So this is total isolation. She's really in panic mode, you guys. Total panic. And I'll put these out. And I will say, if you can go to Instagram and look at Thomas Markle's video that he put up, it's pretty scathing, you guys. He put some beautiful pictures of Catherine with the song, you know, that she's rising up and, you know, she's girl power and all this. And then there's Meghan. Pretty funny. It's pretty scorching hot. It's a huge burn. It's a huge burn about the Montishitshow tours. So, but it's on Instagram. And I tried to share it on Twitter, but then Twitter wouldn't allow it for some reason. So that kind of failed me. So I don't think I could probably share it here. So I don't know. Maybe he's got some kind of block or something, or Instagram's blocking it. But I did make my honest attempt at sharing it. All right, focal point. Focal point here is the moon card. She knows she's mentally sick, and it's just an illusion. They don't live there. She's divorced from reality. And she's splitting. She's in terror. She's fighting with herself. She's scapegoating herself. She's gaslighting herself. Who's my friend? I don't have any friends. She's got mother issues. Who's going to share this fantasy of deceptions and illusions for me? I'm mirroring other celebrities. What's wrong with that? I am mentally sick. She thinks it's a smart idea with that blackout. Well, she is dark. It's a dark wisdom on her behalf. So she's clinging to a dead branch for dear life, to be honest. That's how that looks. The past position that doesn't serve. 3 of Cups. Yeah, she knows no one's going to celebrate her. That's friendship, community, you know, getting support, the honeymoon phase, a wedding. All that's behind her. No longer going to serve her. So since it's no longer serving her, the honeymoon phase is over. The family relations, all that the wedding she said she hated is behind her. The support from the family is behind her. That community is behind her. Everyone she used moving up the ladder is behind her. All the support networks that they used her as a ploy and as a really just a pawn. She was just a pawn, and now they no longer serve her. They no longer want her. She knows it. So this is a part of her panic mode. This is why she's so desperate to have people celebrate her, but she knows those really blessed days are behind her. She's thinking, where can I go to be celebrated and not tolerated? There isn't too many places. That's why she's going to hold herself up and give up, and she's going to sink, and she cannot go the distance with this pentacle in reverse here. She's very stubborn, she's lazy, she's careless, and she's losing her resources since it's a pentacle. Everything's moving very slow. She cannot change the situation. At the root of the problem here, we have 7 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, there you go. This was an emotional decision of self-delusion. Head up in the clouds. She was dreaming of it. But she's gaslighting everyone. It's a gaslighting card. It's not true. So the reality and the fantasy is colliding. She's having to see the hard truth that she's not grounded in reality because she's mentally sick with the moon card here. Nobody cares about you anymore. So not too many people are going to actually be willing to pay the money to do this. Then we have here going to the future. 4 of Wands in reverse. She's not acceptable. She's not accepted in groups. She's not celebrated. No one's going to want to drive by the Montishitshow and celebrate her. Reunions with family, friends, celebrations, gatherings, a safe haven, enthusiasm and appreciation, all in reverse. She cannot appreciate anything solid and grounded. She does not fit in. She's unstable. She's moved out. She doesn't live there. She does not live at the 4-wall structure of the home card. I call this the home card. 4 Wands is the 4-wall structure of the home. It is a solid home, solid job, good prospects. It's built good. It's solid. Here, it's on quicksand. The whole situation's on quicksand. So it's going to break down. It's going to break down. It's the fair weather friend. It's leaving, moving out. No one's celebrating. There's no groups coming in. It's just going to be toxic and unstable. Quicksand. So the whole idea is built on quicksand. She doesn't live there. She just simply doesn't live there. And the reality is going to smack her. People are going to realize she doesn't live there. That place sold. So the news is going to get out that this is all a facade. It's all a sham. It's all a mental sham, trying to get a shared fantasy with you. Then we have here the Ace of Cups in reverse. She's not loved. She's not loved. No one really cares about her. People are going to be focusing on their own well-being with the Ace of Cups in reverse. So it's not going to develop the way she thinks it is. People aren't going to hook up and say, hey, let's go do this thing. We love Meghan. Nope, sorry. People are going to say no. They're focused on themselves. They're going to shut it down. It will get shut down by Montishitshow. It will not be allowed to be continued. People are going to have no interest. So there's going to be a depletion there. No love for you, Meghan. Outside influences. Outside influence is Temperance in reverse. People know she's the devil. Temperance in reverse, they're going to say no. It's a no position. There's no negotiations. We're shutting it down. We're shutting it down. There is no negotiation. We don't care who you are. She cannot control the situation. She cannot control other people. And that's a problem for a narcissist. So here, they realize they can't control other people. So their approach is gentle and kind and patient. They avoid extremes. They avoid being in control. They're kind. They're temperate. They're peaceful. They want everyone to get along. They want to take the middle ground. Meghan doesn't take the middle ground. It's her way or the highway with the devil card. Everything is in excess. It is very out of control, devil energy, toxic. No one wants her. They know, wow, that's just enmeshment. She's doing it for money. You can read the Temperance in reverse as the devil card, because in essence, when Temperance is in reverse, you are reading the devil. So basically, it is she's harming herself. She's undermining her own existence. She's got the shared fantasy enmeshment. She wants to pull everyone's puppet strings for financial gain, and nobody's going to have it. What she's doing is she's destroying herself in the process. She thinks she's going to get a leg up on everyone else by doing this, but she is destroying herself. And she's finding that out. Next position is the hopes and fears. Two of Pentacles in reverse, dropping the ball on it. She's going to have to drop the ball. There's no approval. No approval with your self-interest. You're an outcast. You're not part of the royals anymore. We're not interested. You're not an A-list actress. No rewards. A lot of low-level conflicts. Just not getting the approval. Not being accepted by groups and organizations. So the groups of Montishitshow are going to fight back. They're not going to allow it. Final outcome, final call. Queen of Swords. Yep, she's cold, she's calculated, and she knows it. She thought this up, and she thought it well with someone else. So this was her little mental game plan. This is just a cold person, and there is no emotions with the Queen of Swords. You don't cry on her shoulder. She's just going to think, well, I gave it a shot. I thought it was the right thing to do, and I did it, and yeah, I planned it. They plan, calculate, just like a lawyer. It's like a female lawyer. So she may try and lawyer up, but the thing is she knows that it's all a fail down here, so probably not likely. But she's cold. She's viewed as a cold queen, a cold person that you don't want to cross paths with, basically. She thinks she's smart. She thinks she's intellectual. She thinks she can plan ahead, and that's exactly what she did. So like I say, you've got to be 5 steps ahead of them because they're very calculating and they're very predictable. And so she probably already predicted that this would probably go down because everyone knows her game now. So she probably does. She doesn't really care. She thought, well, I thought it was pretty logical at least to give it a try. Okay, it failed. So she's actually not too concerned. Then we have your 8 of Cups in reverse. So it was a shallow adventure. You know, I tried to create this quest, and, you know, I let go. I have to let go of this. So she did relocate. This is a relocation card, 8 of Cups. She walked away from that house. So she tried to make money off that house. Intellectually, she thought, well, I can still pretend it's mine. Try to get the renewed interest in me that I walked away from the royals too. But now she screwed up. She screwed up. It's atonement time. She's trying to get the life changes going, but it's not going to work. So it's going to hold her back. This is the drifter vibe, the drifter vibe. She's that drifter, the grifter, the person who's no longer concerned about past issues. But here, I did screw up. I screwed up. You know, how am I going to get atonement? Because now people are unhappy with me. So I take that back. She is a little bit concerned because she knows that she wants to enjoy life and she's trying to get money. She's doing it for resources. Next one on the other side of that is the Ace of Wands. And then what is she going to do? Meghan does what Meghan does. She's just going to have a new focus. She's going to try and go for it for business. Yep, she did it for business. She thought, that's a good business idea. Let's do it. It's another journey I can go down. But it was shallow. It was a shallow adventure. So she's going to probably still try and spark something new with that Ace of Wands. She wants something else. And she's also trying to spark some sexual relations with, and phallic relations, sexy, hot relations. So it's also about her career, her journey, finding someone new, conception of something new. She'll try and blaze her own path by doing something new. When something fails, she's going to try and spark up something new. And then the next position here, Queen of Cups. Yep, she's going to play emotional and nurturing, and I'm going to nurture something else. The Queen of Cups is someone who's creative. So she's going to try to spark something new and creative. More than likely, she'll steal it from someone else, but she's going to claim it as her own. She's going to try it. She's going to say, I'm sad. I have high worth. I'm going to be fierce of love, and I'm going to be that respected emotional role model. So she might play on people's emotions, basically. She's going to act like she's got high self-worth and that she's intellect, but a lot of shallow adventures, and she's always going to spark something new. She really knows she's under a lot of oppression, you guys, and trying to rise up. She cannot rise up from the ashes, but her ego defense mechanism keeps getting triggered that she's worthwhile, that she's smart. I can walk away and restart at any time. I can always walk away because it was always a shallow adventure anyways, and I can always start something new. And then I'm going to cry about it and be all emotional to the people around me so they feel sorry for me and I get their sympathy. And then maybe if I give sympathy to them, they'll give it back to me, because there's always a bottom line purpose for them. If they can fake it, for her, she's going to more than likely fake it. She thinks she's smart. She's really not. She thinks she's highly emotional and empathetic. She's not. She's really not. Everything is shallow and platonic with her, with that Eight of Cups, because with Eight of Cups always walking away for empowerment, you're really not truly emotionally invested. You're always off to seek and find out new things. So she's never truly invested. She's not invested in people, things, homes, nothing. There's no emotional connection because she's a narcissist. So without emotional connections, everything's a shallow adventure. A lot of shallow adventures with her, and a lot of shallow plots, a lot of shallow virtue signaling, a lot of shallow, pap walks. Everything she does is shallow. Complete shallow person. Next position here, we have Three of Wands in reverse. She will know she made the wrong decision. So basically, the plans are going to fall apart. There's going to be too many obstacles, and now she's going to have to turn around and go back. Find a new vision, a new dream, and then wait it out and see if it happens and if the opportunities present themselves. But once again, there's no passion here because the wands are down. So she really can't travel. She's really not expanding. No one really wants to collaborate. She's not getting success. She keeps waiting and waiting, but she keeps making all the wrong moves. Everything feels like a wrong move to her. Everything is failing. Everything's falling apart. That's why she's trying to build subconsciously over extreme oppression. Everyone's attacking her. The change is coming, but she can't build herself back up. It's a total earthquake for her, a complete total earthquake, the worst earthquake in California. That is Meghan's life right now. I hope you enjoyed this. Until next time, like and subscribe. Bye, you guys.